everybody, Rustin here. I'm hoping to walk you through what a day in the life is going to look like here at the Union when you return. There's a lot of policies and procedures we're going to go over today, and so it's important to just remember to visit go.unc.edu/union staff in case you ever have any questions in the future. So come join me. Even before you leave the house, take a second to think about how you feel. If you or members of your household have symptoms, please stay home and consult with a medical provider and abide by the UNC policies before returning to work. Many of us take the bus to work. Please make sure you are following guidelines while on public transportation. For example, Chapel Hill Transit is currently limiting buses to 10 passengers and requiring that riders wear masks. So I just got off the bus, I'm ready to make my way in, and the biggest thing to remember is you're on UNC grounds. Make sure to keep proper distancing between you and others while walking to the Union and back home, and always make sure to follow any guidelines they put out about masks or CPE or PPE. Before you go into the building, you need to be wearing a mask. It's UNC and Carolina Union policy that all employees must wear an approved mask indoors. We'll be providing masks for you. You just pop the band around your ears, make sure the mask covers your nose and your mouth, and you're good to go. We're going to be making some doors entrance only and other ones exits. So for example, when you come into work, make sure you find your way to one that has an enter sign above and not an exit sign. Please try to follow these guidelines as you make your way into your office. So I just got to work, checking the time. It is 11 a.m., but I'm not late to work. I worked with my supervisor to figure out a plan that would work for my schedule and also the needs of our business. Check with your supervisor to see if you have a staggered shift or if you have the opportunity to do so. Not all teams can have this opportunity, but many teams will. It was a long commute in, so I'm going to make my way into the restroom before I start my day. When you use the restroom, you might notice a few changes inside. You might see some urinals taken offline or some sinks taken offline as well. It's also really important to know that our custodial and housekeeping team is going to be working harder by using a process called the KVAC cleaning system to make it 60% more effective against germs and disinfecting. We also encourage frequent hand washing with soap and water. Remember the CDC guidelines. They state at least 20 seconds and thoroughly scrub all parts of your hands. For reference, this clip will be 20 seconds long, right about, wait for it, now. When making your way to your office, try to take the stairs if able, but if not, feel free to use the elevator. We are going to be having a single person capacity limit on these elevators though, so it might take a little bit of time. Just remember that next time you want to use the elevator. The Carolina Union's East Wing will be closed to the public. We'll be using this space for extra storage, alternative break and work locations for those who don't have offices, as well as office meeting spaces. You can access this area with your key if you have one. If not, you can request to have swipe access added. Please make sure when you use this to come through the doors and ensure the door is shut and locked behind you. Only Union staff, student television, and WXYC should be in this part of the building. If you see someone who maybe should not be in the area of the East Wing, please politely ask them if they need help and let them know that the East Wing is closed to the public. So I've made it up to my department office in my suite, and you'll see this coffee maker. This isn't going to be here anymore when you return because it's a communal shared appliance. What you might see in your office though is individually wrapped cutlery, and guess what? The microwave and the fridge that you use in the break room, that's still going to be online. We're just going to encourage you to disinfect the handles before and after you touch them. So I'm in my office now, and if I have my door shut, I can take my mask off. But if I have to meet with my cameraman in person, I got to make sure I keep 6 foot distance between them and myself, and I also got to keep my mask on. But I want to shut my door so I can take this mask off. I've been working for a little bit now, and I realized I need to meet with Drew down in CCS. Normally, I would just get up and walk down there, but now I gotta remember to respect everybody's space. I shouldn't just assume that I can walk into someone's office or their suite without notifying them beforehand. So what I might do instead is give them a call using this telephone here and set up a Zoom call, or we can just chat over the phone like the old days. It's lunchtime and man, I am hungry. So I'm gonna make my way down to Alpine. It's important to note that we're gonna have 6-foot distance spacing on all of our food vendors here in the Union. I'm gonna wait in line, get my lunch, and I can actually eat that lunch in my own office if I have a space. Please remember that our lounges are gonna have a lot less seating in them, so please try to save those for those who do not have alternatives on campus and our students. We'll have alternative break spaces available for you if you don't have your own office. And just remember, this is one of the best parts of the day because you can take your mask off to eat your lunch. This brings me to my next point. We need to remember throughout the day to maintain 6 feet at all times. Luckily, Drew's wingspan is exactly 6 feet, so just always visualize Drew with his arms spread, being able to run between you and the closest person. So now my shift is over and it's time to go home. I'm going to do a few things before I go. I'm going to carefully wipe down all surfaces and places I've touched. The union will be providing wipes for this as well. Please make sure to clean your phone, keyboards, desktop, any area that you might have touched. And finally, if you have an office and you want your trash removed, simply pick it up, take it outside your office door, and set it in the common hallway for the housekeeping team to come and get. So we've made it through a day. We did it. You and me together. We did this. Just remember there's always going to be updates and this plan is always changing. Check out the website for always the most up-to-date info. In addition, there'll be some more trainings that'll be available to you that help you interact with other offices and departments within the union so we know how to best support each other and stay safe. I'm really excited to getting back to working with all of you here in the Carolina Union. Let's make this a safe semester and of course, go Heels.